But don't carry somebody light so much and then you throw your own light away. Come on. Yes, celebrate others. Go to market now. Wait to race. Go to market now. Wait to race. What do you feel now? Me, I supply you. How much you go supply? What do you feel now? Me, I supply you. How much you go supply us now? Oh yeah, now take out 2.5 now. Oh yeah, now supply us 12. This is unique. This is new. They want to buy kilo. They are buying. They say, "How this is a problem? This is a problem." But you don't stop there. There was a time, JD, if you remember, there was a saying that I think there was even a book that was written, I think, on the big 4 tech companies. They said Google is the mountain itself, that it can't be moved. Everything revolves around Google because they are so strong. And then ChatGPT came out. ChatGPT came out for the first time. For the first time in many years. The throne raised the bars of excellence. Raised the bar again. That no, that's what is going to keep us relevant. As creatives. God is not, you think God is sleeping? God is active. Your father is active. The Most High reigneth in the affairs of men. Does he not rule? Does he not reign? So imagine the people who made the car. And they did by their output.
What comes to my mind is JD.
Sir JD. Give him a round of applause. That's very true. Are we not in an excellent place? I will share this story. When they are building this place, right? Because he has eye for details. I know how, I don't know, but I can't tell, but I know there are nights, you spend nights here to supervise the work yourself. That no, say, this is not better standard, do it again. That's excellence. You understand? Excellence. Give me another example. I know you are a podcaster.
I'll not say anything related to the hosting thing, but the first person that comes to mind is Bimbo Ademoye.
Bimbo Ademoye.
Yes.
Okay.
Nollywood movie industry.
Okay, Nollywood. Yeah, that's great. So let me ask another person here. Our high is doing too. Somebody who in the creative space is excellent that you really like. You have a lot. Just one person is okay. Yeah, you can say a footballer. Yeah, it's also creative. Yeah.
I'll say Victor Osimhen.
Victor Osimhen. Thank you. Some guys are laughing. Yeah. It takes talent. It takes discipline. And the guy has been, so when I say discipline, part of discipline is being consistent. Right? He has been consistent over the years. And I'm sure he still does his routine, his practices, right? He will practice his shoot, all of those things. Yeah. There's a footballer they call the master of the dead ball. Do you know who that is? The master of dead ball. David Beckham. Ferguson talked about him. Beckham does not have speed. He can't run much. But one thing Beckham has, if the ball is still, that is corner kicks, free kicks, shall leave the ball still. From anywhere in the pitch, anywhere and anywhere, Beckham can take that ball. He can take it to the goal post too. He's the master of the dead ball. And he practices that over and over and over and over again. So their standard is high and their work intentional. Every person you can ever think of in terms of excellence, like Mr. Tommy said, that they have that obsession. It's not, you're not even looking. They are just about, how can I keep making this thing? How can I bring this thing to the God class level? That is it. And as they are doing that, refining over and over and over again, we, the onlookers, what we see will not be like, or more. You understand? Let somebody read Matthew. What I'm saying there. Matthew 5:16.
In the same way, let your good deeds shine out for all to see, so that everyone will praise your Heavenly Father.
Thank you. Another translation will say, let men see your good works. Your good works. And what happened? They will do what? Glorify your Father. Make it work as in whatever your hands find to do, you get. Do it. Okay. Oh no. Have you gotten those kind of response before? You see something like Oluwa. Abi? Yeah. By reflex, they be like, I watched the making of Rolls Royce. And when I saw I'm like, no wonder when I saw the details in the production process, and then the last thing that now broke the camel's back, for me, after they finished the Rolls Royce car, they've painted, they've done everything. There's now one thing they now did last. It is called the silver lining on the Rolls Royce. The silver lining. As a then, I don't know if the man is still alive. That silver lining is not achieved by machine. It is achieved by human hand, precision. There was a man there that works in that UK factory. He has a silver paint and a brush. Silver paint and a brush. Dip the brush in the silver paint. You will look at the line and you'll be dazzled. That's all he does. He draws the line. And I'm trying to imagine, how many years did this man take just to practice? Because the line is a vanishing line. At the end, it vanishes. Over and over and over and over and over. The precision. Next slide, please. So to cultivate your creative, so that's why I'm creative. That's why you can't do too many things. So you can't do too many things as a creative. You may like many things, but you can't do too many things. Your focus has to be ultra. So when they see you that you've mastered that, because mastery takes time. Master your craft, invest in continuous learning, pay attention. Take a break. Just take some here. So you look at the work with a renewed perspective. You come back again. You go at it again. Collaborate with excellence-minded creatives. Yes, it will help you. When you are with people who are talking excellent, who are thinking excellent, who raise the bar for you. So for me, I'm very grateful to God for giving me friends like JD, like Bro Tommy. When I see them, I don't sit. You understand? I'm like, our boys will joke. Yeah. You to stand up. You can't sit. You understand? But if you have friends where you look at them and you just slouch down and there's nothing. No, change. Understand? Change. Sharp. Change. Embrace criticism and evolve. So when you are criticized over your work, don't feel bad. Don't want to defend. No, don't do that. Embrace it. Look at it. Okay. This is to make me better. I've seen many times where people are criticized and they want to flee. They want to defend. No, stay. You are being refined. Don't prove a point. If the work is not good and the study is not good, look at it critically. And the question should be, how can I improve and make it better? If you have that kind of mindset, I met Governor Seyi Makinde earlier this year. I didn't lobby for it. I was just here. They called me. Hey, come and do Kinikon or your state, forum, blah. There, on where I was sitting, Yomi Fashlanso, Pashegun Odegbami, that I've been reading in the newspaper, they are like, so I was like, I felt kind of, oh my God, what am I doing here? But I was like, okay, we roll with it. I said, oh, please come and meet the governor. I'm like, hey, governor. And I told the governor, what do you do? He was there, check the governor, like, okay. I was like, okay, let's just keep doing what we're doing. That's earlier this year too. I was privileged to meet Obi Kubana. I was working on my work. I was like, yeah, thank you. What do you do? Many things I can't even start telling you. I don't go to all those details. Stay with your work. Be diligent with it. You will stand before kings. He didn't say a believer, Abi, a man that is diligent. He said about that. Recently you saw Sheyi Vodi, Abi, designer. You saw the edifice he built, right? And you only see his tape, Abi, on his neck. Some obsession. Just keep do it well. Don't chase, forget those things. The work will speak for itself. Somebody just 2 weeks ago was saying, Sheyi, we should bring Konkere to Wales. Oh yeah, isn't that it's just relaxing that sea? Don't just I understand. We will get there. Just relax. Let me see this thing. I tell my team, let's build it very well. Continue Temilonu. Where we are, I'm not satisfied yet. My time is up. You understand? So stay rooted in your identity, and then be globally competitive. But like you said, the competition is not like you have to compete. No, like be positioned globally. Be relevant globally. Final slide, I think. The final slide. Don't mind me when I talk on things like this. I'm so passionate. I can say I'm sweating. Okay. Yeah, so in a crowded industry, only the excellent are unforgettable. Only the excellent. The people that you all reference in the scriptures, they were excellent at what they do. Every single one of them. That we reference for good, though, for good, definitely for good. They were excellent. Excellence builds trust. It opens doors. It transforms passion into legacy. So please, I want us to say after me, I am excellent. Oh, we are not sounding convinced. I am excellent. My works are good. My works are excellent. I stand before kings and not mere men. Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
I believe you can do more than that. You will agree with me that was an amazing section. That was incredible. That was mind-blowing.
I didn't bring my bag. Oh, it's fine.
Can we give Mr. Seyi Gbadebo another round of applause? Thank you so much. So just to summarize what he said, he talked about creative excellence, which is very much needed in Nigeria because, we are really lacking in that aspect. So he talked about the use of imagination and original ideas to create something. He said excellence is the quality of being outstanding or extremely good. So as you are sitting down, just ask yourself, in everything that I do, in everything that I'm doing, am I outstanding? Can my work stand out from the crowd? So I have friends that are photographers, and scrolling through maybe Instagram or social media, when I see their work, even without their names on it, I know, this looks like this person's work. Can your work stand out like that? He also talked about different barriers in the creative industry in Nigeria. He talked about the fact that you need to be very obsessed with excellence. You need to make sure that you pay attention to details and be ready to take feedback, and also ready to work on feedback when you get them. Also, one thing that stood out for me is the what he said, that in a crowded industry, only the excellence are unforgettable. Please, can you give Mr. Sheikh Badibo another big round of applause? Thank you so much, sir, for that way of wisdom. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. So, as he was in a section, someone amazing entered. Is Mr. Tayo Shikowale, youth pastor at RCTG Watchtower Ogomosho. Thank you so much for coming, sir. If you are an RCTG member, you should applaud him better. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for coming, sir. We appreciate you. Thank you so much, and it's a pleasure having you here. Thank you, sir. So presently, we are moving on to a very interesting section. We are going to play the game of Kahoot. And who is there in the draft for the first time here? Okay, some people are looking at me like, what is that? Okay, we will play the game of Kahoot, and I'd like to call the... Alright, so it's not ready yet. Okay, so I'd like somebody to tell us, while we wait for them, what stood out for you in the previous sections. We have had 2 sections, so help us to inform people that are just coming, or people that did not pay attention during the class. What stood out for you, like during any of the sections? Is anyone willing to say something?
Okay, one of the things that stood out for me is the fact that we shouldn't just create, we should do it very good.
Thank you so much. Your name, please. And what you do as a creative?
Ajibola Kashodara, and I'm a fashion designer.
You can say for Wally, please give her a round of applause. You look beautiful by the way. Thank you for that. Who else wants to say something? This is the way you start standing out, though. I'm standing, not be by mouth, so it's by showing up, you know. Yes, another outstanding person is, okay, thank you so much, sir. Your name, please, before you speak.
My name is Richard.
Richard.
Didamola Richard.
Okay.
So
what do you do as a creative?
Oh, I'm a growth analyst.
Interesting.
And a content marketer.
All right.
Okay, so what stood out for me in the last session was don't try to do everything. Try to master one before going to other things. Okay, that's it.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Please, can we give him a round of applause again? Thank you.
Thank you so much. My name is Gary Jude Ijeso. I'm a writer and a video editor. So what stood out for me in the session we just had, my own language, is that the level of your mastery will determine the level of your excellence. So elevate your mastery, elevate your excellence. Thank you so much.
Everybody say, It's a that was very deep. Please, let's appreciate him again. Thank you so much. So I was listening to a wealth intelligence expert yesterday, and he was saying that everybody that is richer than you works harder than you. Can you see that actually is? I was like, it's not like I'm lazy. So it's not about how we hustle. It's about what you are doing with your brain. So everyone that is richer than you is actually engaging their brain and working in a way more than you. So that's very interesting. Okay.
I'm a graphics designer. I think what stood out for me majorly was from the first session, and was that I got a new definition of what it means to be stupid. And the second something that stood out for me was that no one was the first person to build my hack. but in his time it was considered stupid. So most times when you are the pioneer of something, you might look stupid to other people, but you yourself should know what you are doing.
Amazing, amazing. Well, we have intelligent people in general. We have intelligent. Please, can you give him the mic?
Alright, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Melamin Arsenal. I do graphic design. I'm very good at graphic design. Like, we do a lot of these slides. Thank you very much. Then, I actually have two things to say. One is a question, and the other one is like an affirmation.
Yes, so we'll be having a panel section coming up very soon, and you can just throw your questions to us.
Alright, thank you. So I'll just say a second. So you mentioned being globally competitive. I think one concept I've been traveling around these past 4 months is, and it happens to because I've been doing design for 3 years, and I specialize in brand identity design. And recently, a friend just sent a video to me. I mean, you know, when you're in your circle now, you expect to, okay, if you are doing this thing, you know a lot about this thing. And someone said something to me, and it was the basics, and I couldn't answer. I was like, okay, what is happening here? I've been doing the work and I've been getting results. But what you have realized is that there are certain principles that have been taught out, digested, and passed down as formal actions of the field. That if you are not intentional about learning, which is the basic principle of everything, if you are not intentional about learning it, you can easily live without paying attention to those things. But one of the things these principles is for you is your workflow and your efficiency, especially on the global scale. So being globally competitive, I realize that like an invincible wall between people that have made it and people that are trying to make it. And you keep trying to climb the wall even though it exists. So when you talk about being globally competitive, I felt my resolution because when you look at people at this level and they are intentional about finding out what they did to get there, with time, you start learning that, okay, there are certain things I need to know before I can stand on this stage. It's not just by my random works, it's by consistent excellence. So, thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm sure you gained something from that. Please, can you appreciate it? So we're taking the two more people. Okay.
Alright, thank you so much. My name is Adiniro Kustola, and I'm a graduate marketer and marketing strategist. Now, one thing I said that stood out for me was the fact that it's so good, today's work is so good that even your enemies will patronize you. There was a time I was going some tweets and I saw that what they are doing, Shilo Kaima, is the vice president of ecosystem and platforms at Google. I know Google produces Google Pixel. He was seen to tweet from an iPhone, and it crossed my stated that the vice president of a brand like Google is switching from a competitor's role. So it's so good that it really struck me. And when you are so good at what you are doing, even your enemies will patronize you, get what you are doing. Thank you so much for that session, sir.
Oh, that's a very amazing phenomenon. Okay. Who else? I'm going to take. We have people that have stores here. I love it. Okay, so before you talk, ma'am, I'm sorry. So there is something that one of my designer friends used to complain about, that I will use 8 hours to design somebody's design, and then they will tell me to just change the background. And you're like, you know that this concept goes, but they don't care. Or they can say, change the person that is inside that flyer, or they can say, it's not giving. Designers face a lot. If you're a designer here, please can you give yourself a round of applause? Yeah, well done. It's very easy. Okay, the next person.
Okay, so good afternoon, everybody. My name is Caroline, and one thing that stood out for me, 2 things actually, was, I'll put it in my own terms. He spoke about inconsistency. I'm a social media manager, and it's something that is very relatable to me. So I learned that you cannot be excellent if you are inconsistent. And that is something I feel like a lot of youths are dealing with right now. He spoke about talent and discipline being equal to excellence. So if you are working, if you are good at what you do and you are not disciplined at it, you are not being consistent, you cannot actually achieve excellence. So you have to be consistent.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. Is there anyone that wants to add something? Any more questions? Okay, sir. Please, can we appreciate him?
Good day, everyone.
How far?
My name is Elijah Adesuche, and I'm an entrepreneur. Basically, I'm the founder and visionary for MQIP Leadership Trainers and Development Partners Limited. And fashion design is my hobby. Okay, so what stood out for me was basically the Bible quotation. Matthew 5:16. He said, let your work. I mean, I've heard that over and over and over and over again. But today it really stood out differently that let your work be so good that it really glorifies God. That means in our pursuit of excellence, we shouldn't put ourselves at the center of it. Rather, we should put our Father, who is God, at the center of it. The pleasure of God with our work. That means if God is not pleased with what we are doing, then it's not excellent enough. So it really stood out for me, and that's great.
Interesting. Thank you so much, sir, for that addition. Thank you so much for that, sir. Oh, a man of God wants to speak. Please, can you appreciate him?
All right, thank you. Give it up for everybody. I don't know why. Sorry, I lost my voice. It's a new one, so you should know. So, from what he said, I remember the first time I had a major job. I was the PA to a zonal pastor, and I was very young in the church then. When he appointed me, I went to do prayers. I told God, I want you to give me thumbs up. Because wherever I can please God, man can't confirm. So, and that was my focus since that time till now. I don't run in competitions. Like we said, sometimes we are lazy and we just want to copycat. Originality is something that comes from God, and sometimes it might be called stupid. When I became the pastor, that was about 15 years ago now. 11 years ago. Yeah. I was given counsel as a young pastor. He told me the way I'm going to do it. But I went back to the same God I went to when I was a PA, and he told me how to do it. How to do it was stupid. They told me to run programs, do flyers, do banners. But the one who called me said, I should raise men and feed the family. So the big banners would have made it colorful and glowing. But I'm just coming from the place now where I left PA match with about 30 more souls now, 30 lives. Right? What I was telling them, it was not the same. Because they lost. They lost to the team that I've never won before. And they are a team that I've never lost before. So because of this program, I had to take my time so that I can just go and come there. So I couldn't make the first half. So they lost, and they lost woefully. I mean, it was 4 goals to 2. And I told them, I punished them. And I told them afterwards, what did you feel was wrong? They said we were too proud. Some of them said we overlooked our opponents. They said a lot of things, and I told them that excellence, if God is the center of what you're doing. And if you look around you now, I was here when it was initially occupied by the former people, because I'm about to promotion. I'm sorry. You cannot leave me from that. So I said, when I saw this, I first remembered Alice. This was not like this before. I'm currently building, and I'm imagining Fikiri and Ishila. Though, of course, I have access to him. I can ask him questions. So I have to ask questions. He spoke about copycats. He spoke about, though it's not altogether wrong. He spoke about mentorship, and nobody mentioned it. It's one of the problems of the youth. That's why most of them are not mentioning it. How to follow adequately. Everybody now mentioning what they are doing, who they are. is good, but the truth is that you are following someone. What is the mindset of the person that you are following? I'm happy that most of my people are here. They will see me that I'm not back. I had to send in the group this morning because till midnight we were still working. And I had to send them a message this morning that I know that you guys, you think it's for the excellence that we are pursuing. So what's excellence? But what is excellence to you? Set the target. Let somebody else vet that target. Because excellence might not really meet up with the field you are in. So what is the target? You have seen it around. Can we do this? No. But Mr. Michael said something the last time I heard him. He spoke about excellence. He said excellence is not about you being the best. It's about making the best of what you have. He stopped in that hall. So please, I want to beg any one of us. Now, when you say something when you were talking, he said, you guys are loaded, but they're only repeating what they heard. So what made them excellent is being passed on. It was theirs, that is yours. What you do with it, you give account. This meeting, they might not give you connection, but they will pass on what they have to you. Forget the slide beauty. Focus on the content. What made them conquer? I was just looking at it like, who was with me when I spoke about him yesterday? I mentioned him to somebody here among you yesterday. Yes, I did. Mr. Badico, I mentioned him. Is it not on my position? Yes, which is original as I get response. Maybe young man, do you see him? Do you see him? He's doing something now. That is excellent. A reference point. Do you see him now? He's here. What's the next thing, sir? Can I connect? And then we are all going to come here. You are CEO, you are photographer, you are who? You are not here to receive job. Don't think because you say you are social manager, innovate now we employ you. No. No. You are here, whatever you are seeing on that screen, I have been writing things. I can still collect slide. What happens if the slide has issues when it's done? I'm still writing. So please, I want to beg us. That's one thing I want to say. What they are passing on has been theirs. Now it's about to become yours. You will be the next person to stand and pass it on if you use it well. Thank you.
If you have been impacted by what you just said, can you just say thank you, sir? Thank you, sir. I think that's too low and it's not giving at all. Can you, with the energy that has impacted you with, can you repeat that thing? That thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And the well of wisdom never run dry. Give him a round of applause once again. Thank you so much, sir. Up next, our house game is not ready. So up next, can you say JD? JD. What's going on? Can you say JD? JD. That's not the energy I was expecting, no. That's not the kind of energy I was for the kind of man that he is. They are sober, okay. They said the word he hits you guys somehow. So you guys are sober. It's good like.
Thank you so much. I don't know. I think
this session, and I want to appreciate Dr. Michael for the amazing work. This is actually very amazing. Now, let me tell you something quickly why this is amazing. You see, every city, every location, every place needs to create densities, like different densities of talent. Every location needs to create different densities of talent. I've been a student of how to build cities for quite a while. And one of the things I've learned is that the cities that have shaped the world significantly were actually clusters of amazing talents. From Athens to Venice to Milan to Florence. Florence is one of the most significant cities when you think about art, right? That's where you got Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo,
Raphael. Now, there were these amazing folks that thank you for the emphasis you gave on mentorship. And I'll talk a bit about it. I want to call very like amazed. Then now says, what do you want from me? I said, I want to see you face to face. Like I want to have a conversation with you. He said, I'll be traveling to London on Saturday. I'm in Lagos. Meet me in Lagos on Friday. I'm traveling on Saturday. And that was how I had said for 1 hour. But by the time we were done, we had used more than 2 hours. Now, why was that the case? Because I respected his time. I mean, if he had come and then I told him, he said, okay, this is me, Davis. What do you want to know about me? And I said, sir, I want to know what was your first investment? I mean, Google is your friend. Say Google is my friend. And somebody say it now. Say Google is my friend. Somebody could come and ask me, sir, please, I want to know, what do you think about building like excellence, taste? The first question I'll ask is, are you on my Telegram? How many people on my Telegram page? Good, because I've done a whole lot of talking on that Telegram page. So if you want to come and ask me a question, the idea is first going to listen to everything. That way, I will know you are not wasting my time. Because most likely, if I answer you with what I've said already, you would most likely still come back and say, sir, I don't understand the full details of what you shared. Can you share some more? I'm like, but I've already done 2 hours. Have you? Of trying to. So I need to say that because mentorship is very critical, but apprenticeship is like the deeper level. Apprenticeship, like apprentices are those, in fact, all the Michelangelo were apprentices. They were basically
right? And begin to create it this way. Now imagine the kind of vibes people all over Nigeria are having about the promotion. A place where tailors apply their trades in London. So it's called Savio. So if you hear any Savio roll suit now, this was a Savio roll suit. This was, I picked it in one shop in the promotion. So it might not be as fitted as You can look at the face and maybe now you can look at the face and maybe feel like no, this is not beautiful. It's fine. You feel like no, this is not beautiful. It's fine. But the artwork itself. So people can equate but the artwork itself. So people can equate beauty to this. But do you know that software engineers can write beautiful code? Oh, okay. So you can actually go search about people that write beautiful code. In fact, mathematicians have their way of evaluating beauty in writing formulas and theorems. Like they call them elegant theorems. Elegant theorems. So please, who is studying mathematics? Who is studying mathematics here? Who remembers any mathematical theorem? Pythagoras. Thank you so much.
This one that people are familiar with. But industrial style, you will see the conduiting, you will see the pipe, you will see everything. But it is emotion. And I tell you, these things are not impossible.
Yes, sir.
They are very, very possible. They are very, very possible. Very possible. All right, so the things we make can help us shape culture, change culture. Instead of the culture where people want to flee, now there's culture people stay. Instead of the culture where people want to overnight success, they now realize that they can actually patiently wait for the manifestations of their dreams. How many years ago? 9 years, have you? And it was just there. For like the first 6 years, nothing appeared like anything was happening. Like it was just, okay, we'll pass the place, until one day, I just told people, I said, create a design. I said, create a design of the working space in the woman. I told them create a design, but it never went out. It was in my phone. I'm looking at it from time to time. I'm like, we'll make this happen. We'll make this happen. Suddenly discovered that somebody was here that could rent. Where we wanted to rent was from this wall. Where this lady, can you stand up so everybody? Yes, from that place to this end, from this wall to this end. No, from that wall to this end. Like this side was all that he says, okay, let's come and rent it. So that we'll start from somewhere. Pay for 2 years. Before we even said, let's come and start renovating and all of that, the conversation shifted from renting to like this place can be bought now. That's how I got bought. Are you getting the picture? I'm telling you. Interestingly, so let me say this very quickly. Interestingly, there's a new project also going on in town, the ORC, that has a new building. This was one of the things that inspired that also. So there's already a ripple effect, and it's like the shape. The idea was, what did you see in Ogbomoso that you are willing to put all this money here? If you are saying that there's prospect here, you are also a company. That's how it basically happens. So people's minds are changing, and it's because of the way we approach making. All right. Okay. Before we go, regenerating culture through making. the return of craftsmanship, storytelling, and what? Apprenticeships. Now, it's very helpful to underscore that idea of apprenticeship. And I believe that the School of Creative Excellence, is wanting to start something like that. Let me tell you the truth. I said it in one training we did some time back. I said, if you have someone that has chosen to bring you close enough to teach you things, they can shorten your 10 steps to 3 steps. And the 10 steps that are taking you 10 years, they can shorten it to 3 years. I've seen that in happen. I was telling my, so apparently we have my brother from Canada as well in the building right now. Mr. Ebosa and his team. Thank you. Yeah, can you just you are your team. Thank you. So we're talking yesterday, and I was trying to tell them that when we wanted to start Brave, we had a budget of $100,000, and then the idea was, how do we raise this money? So myself and another mentor of mine, we had find myself. I was going to go to the US and talk to people about it. That, we are doing this, can you support us and all of that, And we had gone over my slides again and again, about 10 iterations. Then I was introduced to someone, and I remember that it was in the same building where I did that playwork. That's why I had that Zoom call. I was on the Zoom call with this person. The person told me to. So I told the person, can I share my slides? He said, go ahead. So I was sharing the slides. When I got to the end, he said, He said, well, this is not an impossible thing to do, but I feel that if you actually go this way, you most likely will get the money faster and easier. As soon as he said, it just ran through my mind BAM! That is it! Hey. I adjusted my slides very quickly. I said to him, he said, so fast. I said, so fast. So fast. By the time I began to now show people, it was so easy for people to actually make commitments. We raised maybe a total of about $70,000, right? And Brave up. Now, what I'm saying is that if it was not for that person's counsel, as I said, we have looked through it. We know that it is a done deal. I will have come back empty-handed. But because of that, and you see, that's the thing. For you, it might seem so simple. I just said it. But that has been distilled over years, sometimes even decades. That's why they could say I felt so simple. So look for people. This is how one of my mentees, right, reached out to me recently and said, sir, I've been looking for mentors. She's a female, so she wants some female mentors. I said, one of the things I've discovered in recent times is that service is the fastest way to get access to mentorship. Just go and tell somebody that, please, how can I help what you're doing? How can I take load off of your neck? You can't ask anybody, how can I take load off of your neck? And they won't. Well, sometimes they will first check whether you have competence to some level, because sometimes you can go and take load and it becomes extra load. Because the person might feel okay, I've given this person, by the time he comes back, they realize they have to start again. But they've depended on you and they have a deadline. So you also have to actually sharpen yourself to the level. But when you go and now offer value, is it Chisom? Is Chisom still here? Guys, can we give this young man a round of applause? You know what Chisom did? So Chisom sent a message to this that after he saw the flyer of this program on the Assembly's WhatsApp community group, and he said, I really appreciate the things you are doing, and I want to offer support in any way. I'm a videographer, I create content and all of that. Can I come around and capture moments here? Now, this is a free event, so people have just come to sit and enjoy. But now, he has done more than just enjoy knowledge. He has contributed significantly. When I saw that, I told him that, I said, tell him to send his works. I'll get you. And when he sent his work, excellent. So tell him he can come. But the interesting thing is that, I already told Elizabeth that we'll do more than just this event with him. You see, it's service opens doors. It just creates spaces for you. So sometimes I'm thinking that, forget, they just want to use me and dump me. You can have the situation. But anyway, it depends on who you are dealing with. Not everybody is a user, right? There are people like that. They use people. But there are people that over time you see their lives, the trajectory of how they live. You can know that they give you even more value than you bring to them. Next slide. This is the final slide. Toward the sacred practice of making. Build with what? Not just efficiency. Build with eternity. This is for sheep creative. Every sheep creative recognizes that it's about how they use what they were given access to. You have to build eternity. You have to build a sense of, and you can start looking at eternity from even things within time. Like, would I want people to do to me what I'm doing to them? Would I want a generation? You can use such questions to help yourself give a guide how you create, how you produce. So, architecture, enterprise systems, and systems that the act of open, creating a sacred what? An intention. They become more than functional, become meaningful. That's like that. The sacred maker strives to create things people want to pass down, not truly. I mean, like, I want to be able to, and when I say make, you know, I've told you, like, making is a spectrum from the intangible to the tangible. So I want people to take the things I share and they pass it down to other people. Somebody reached out to me recently after we finished a session with UBJD, and he said, "Sir, please, can I use your Telegram sessions for the people I'm training in graphic design? They're training them in graphic design, digital skills, but that they will also be listening to your sessions." Then he designed the flyer and sent to them. Like, this is nice, this is nice. What is important to me is that somebody saw what I've shared and felt it was great enough to pass on to other people, to also take it. That's the kind of thing we have to be thinking about. Like, what I'm creating, whether it's a business model, whether it is a style of clothing, whether it is even a style of speaking, can people take it and want to hand it over to other people? And then you begin to think of legacy in that direction. You begin to think that what I have created is legacy that people want to pass down from one generation to generation. Okay. So questions to live and create by: does this thing I'm making give life? So you will get the slides anyway. Does it honor what is already living? Am I building something worthy of love and what? Legacy. These are questions to actually think. And the final project that's separate. I was speaking to someone who said, and I said, so this person said to me that I'm doing this thing because of money. I said, no, that's not how you do it. If you are working for someone, if you do not take somebody's thing like your own, nobody will give you your own. That's the truth. Or when you get your own, you will most likely attract people like you who will also treat your own as something people do want. So they don't care. It's transactional. But if you sow intentionality with somebody's own, you will most likely attract people who will sow intentionality. Heal what is broken, build what helps others flourish. Think down. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You can learn more.
We need more people. Please join. Where is the friends? Oh, okay, hi. QP. Is that how to pronounce it? Who is that?